Today's tutorial is this two-toned blue smoky eye, perfect for prom or any special occasion where this colour matches your outfit. To start with, I'm taking this light beige colour called Bamboo, and this is an eyeshadow by MAC. It's a matte finish and I'm going to work that into the socket of the eye. The brush I'm using is by ZOEVA Cosmetics. This is the 228 Luxe Crease brush. We're going to use this as a transition shade, so it's going to be the first colour that we put on. I'm working that from the outer corner to the inner corner and also up towards the brow bone. The next colour I'm using is called Swiss Chocolate. This is also by MAC and this is another matte finish eyeshadow and it's a nice warm brown. Using the same 228 brush, I'm working that over the area that we've just applied Bamboo, so through the socket. And you want to layer this colour a couple of times, but don't worry too much because we're going to be coming back to it with a smaller brush to intensify later on. For now we just want a nice wash of colour through the socket area to work as our transition from blue to a nice warm brown. Using my F10 small crease brush, I'm working that underneath the lower lashes. You want to take this quite low because we're also going to be going underneath the lashes with blue. I'm layering a little bit more of the Swiss Chocolate on the outer V shape of the eye, and you should have something that looks like this. Next I'm going in with the Maybelline Colour Tattoo 24-hour cream eyeshadow in the shade Everlasting Navy, and on my Real Techniques base shadow brush I'm pushing that over the mobile eyelid. The reason I'm using this brush is because it contains synthetic bristles and that works best when you're working with cream or gel based products. When you're using a brush with natural hair you'll notice that it just clumps in the bristles. Next I'm taking this new palette by Coastal Scents. This one is called GlamourEyes and I'm using the shimmery blue shade from the palette. I'm pressing that colour over the Maybelline cream eyeshadow. I'm concentrating that on the outer half of the eyelid and also the inner corner of the eyelid. I'm not going to cover the centre of the lid with this colour because I'm going to be using a different shade over that area. I am however going to allow the eyeshadow to meet in the centre through the socket line using the very tip of the brush. And then using the tip again I'm going to shape the outer corner, defining the line on the outer edge and creating more of an oval shape to that outer V. Going back to my ZOEVA 228 brush, I've dipped that into a little bit more of the Swiss Chocolate and I'm working that over the socket line again. This is going to deepen the socket, but it's also going to help soften the seam of the blue eyeshadow. I'm going to do something that's a little bit controversial here, so this is my disclaimer before we start. This cosmetic pigment is actually used for nail art. Now you have to be careful when using pigments as eyeshadows because not all of them have been approved for the use around the eyes. Now I've done my research and I'm taking the risk and I had no reaction to this one, but that's not to say that you wouldn't. So always do your research and always test where possible so that you don't have any reactions. The colour I'm using is a blue additive by C&D and using my flat shader brush I'm packing that colour on the outer oval V shape and also on the inner corner of the eye. Again I'm leaving that centre section without any colour. Next I'm taking this Make Up For Ever Star Powder pigment. The shade I'm using is 960, which is blue with a turquoise highlight, and using another flat shader brush I'm packing that onto the centre of the lid. This is what's going to give us that two-tone effect to the blue. This is what I also like to call the spotlight technique. It's where you're drawing attention to the very centre of the lid, and as I've explained in previous tutorials, it's what makes the eye look bigger in the centre and more rounded. Once you've packed the initial colour on, if you use a light hand you can feather the colour between the dark blue and the light blue. Going back in with my F10 small crease brush, I'm applying some more of the Swiss Chocolate through the socket, blending the seam of the eyeshadow so we get that lovely soft transition from the dark blue to the brown. Along my waterline I'm going to be applying Violet Underground Eye Pencil by MAC. I believe this particular pencil has been discontinued, but any bluey purple eye pencil will do. They're quite easy to come by, lots of high street brands stock them now. I'm also going to run the colour underneath the lower lashes and you really want to work the pencil between the lashes to get rid of any of your skin colour. I'm going to be applying pigment over this area, but the pencil is going to work as a base for it. I'm now using a small smudger brush to smoke out the pencil. Don't worry if you cover up the Swiss Chocolate because we're going to be going back in with that next. To help pull the look together we're going back in with that Swiss Chocolate and we're going to take that a little bit lower down the eyes, so we're mimicking the top lid where we transition from the blue pencil into that brown eyeshadow. On my angled liner brush from Crown Brush I'm going back over that pencil with the C&D pigment and I'm being ever so careful to make sure that I don't get any of that in my eyes. On the very inner corner of the eyes I'm using that pencil just to meet the two eyeshadows together. After curling my eyelashes, I'm going in with some mascara. I'm using a black mascara. This is my usual one, it's Velvet Noir by Marc Jacobs. You want to apply a couple of coats to your top lashes and 3 coats to your bottom lashes. The set of falsies I'm using are by Certify, and these ones are called Halo. There's 5 different styles in the range and they are £12 each, and they're all absolutely beautiful, you have to check them out. I'm using this matte bronzer by Benefit, it's called Hoola, and you've seen it in the last couple of tutorials. I've rediscovered my love for this product. And I'm using my favourite brush to apply it by ZOEVA, this is the Luxe cheek brush. So I like to dust this around my hairline, the tops of my cheeks and a little bit on my nose, anywhere the sun would hit. Using another favourite blusher of mine which I've been using a lot recently, it's my Lover blush by Illamasqua. It's a beautiful peachy shade and it's a matte finish which I absolutely love in a blush. Next I'm taking my Veil Cosmetics Complexion Fix Pen, and this one is in the shade Light. I love the formula of this product. It doesn't make your under eye crepey, but it really does brighten up your under eye area. To add a very subtle amount of contour to the hollows of the cheeks, I'm using my Illamasqua Gel Sculpt. You can apply this with your fingers or a brush. I'm using my contour brush by Real Techniques. For the lips I'm going straight in with this coloured gloss which is a natural nude shade, and this one is by Neve Cosmetics. It's in the shade V01. This was the first time I tried this gloss and it was really comfortable to wear. On the tops of my cheekbones and the tip of my nose and my cupid's bow, I'm using a small amount of Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector in Pearl. If you're not a fan of the ordinary powder highlighters with too much shimmer in, then definitely check this liquid out. It just gives you a really subtle candlelit glow to your face. And it comes in 5 different shades to suit all different skin tones. So I hope you enjoyed my two-toned smoky eye. These colours can be worn on any colour eye, but they particularly work well if you've got brown eyes. You can see the Swiss chocolate colour that we've got going through the socket works really well with the blue colour that we've got on the eyelid. They complement each other really well. I've gone for a nice nude gloss on my lips, but you can wear a matte finish if you want. You can wear just a pencil, you can just wear a balm. But I'd definitely say opt for a nude lip with this look because it is all about the eyes. For foundation today, I am wearing Illamasqua Skin Base mixed with some MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and I've mixed these 2 shades together to get my colour. Obviously you can do whatever you're comfortable with. If you want to contour and highlight, you can go all out and do whatever you like, but personally for me, if I play up the eyes, I like to keep everything else relatively natural. So guys, thank you for watching. Please give the tutorial a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already done so. If you've got any suggestions for tutorials, please leave them in the comments section below. Lots of the ones I've been doing recently have been requests from you guys, so I hope you're enjoying them. If you missed my previous tutorials, they'll be on screen now and you can click on those. All the products I've used will be listed in the description bar. Thank you for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye!